time, weather, and...
Hello and welcome to Driving with Todd. And I'm Todd. Hello everybody. We're going to talk about the album Aqualung by Jethro Tull. Now, this is, in my mind, Jethro Tull's best album. It came out in March of 1971. It got to number 7 on Billboard's Top 200 album chart, and in the UK, it got to number 4 on their album chart. It is just a phenomenal album. The first side's the story of Aqualung and kind of a degenerate person, and the second side is about religion. And it's Ian Anderson giving his thoughts on both topics. And he is a great musical writer and lyrical writer. And he plays many, many instruments as well. Ian Anderson's just a huge talent. But this album is just so special, and it's one that I can never get sick of listening to. I listen to it at least a couple of times a year. It's probably in my top 10 of favorite albums. Well, when I bought this 40th anniversary box set, this came out in 2011, and the original album was remixed by Steven Wilson. There was a quad mix version on the Blu-ray disc. Now, I've never heard the quad version, and so when I listened to it, there was a lot of unique mixes of the songs. But now I don't know if there are unique mixes because I was only hearing 2 of the 4 channels, or when it was being played, they actually took 2 of the channels and put them into one channel and 2 of the other channels and put it into the other channel. I'm not sure how they did it. But the song that blew me away on this album was the song Wind Up, which is the last track on the album. It's a fantastic song. I mean, it talks about religion and how a lot of people are hypocritical on religion. You know, they go to church on a Sunday, but then during the week they're just not real good people. So I think it's kind of a neat song. Lyrically, it's kind of tongue in cheek. But what I thought was unique was the musical portion of this song. So I thought, let's take a listen to Wind Up from the album Jethro Tull's Aqualung and listen to the differences on this quad mix versus the stereo mix. The other thing too is this version is about 45 seconds shorter than the stereo version. So the quad version is much shorter than the stereo version. So they've done a lot to this particular mix of the song. So here we go with Jethro Tull doing Wind Up.
Off to school and taught me how not to play the game. I didn't mind if they groomed me for success, or if they said that I was just a fool. So I left there in the morning with a God tucked underneath my arm, the half-assed smiles, and the book of rules. And I asked this God a question, and by way of firm reply, he said, I'm not the kind you have to wind up on Sundays. So to my old headmaster, and to anyone who cares, before I'm through, I'd like to say my prayers.
Okay, I'm going to stop it right here. Can you tell any difference between, if you've heard this song before, and I'm sure a lot of Jethro Tull fans have heard Wind Up over and over because it is such a great song, and it's from the album Aqualung, which is such a great album, even though Tull has so many albums. I mean, they put out an album like every year. So they're a great band. So can you tell the difference, though? I mean, I did right away. It was like, This is all piano. In the original version, it starts out with the piano, but then an acoustic guitar comes in, and then the piano is fed into the back of the mix, and the acoustic guitar is up front, and then Ian Anderson starts singing. That too, the vocals are different. Ian Anderson's vocals on the stereo version are right up front. I mean, they're just right up front, very deep sounding, while on the quad version, they sound pushed back and almost like he's in a cave. I mean, there's like echo on it. So if you listen real close to that piano in the beginning of this song here, normally if there's an acoustic guitar or another instrument playing on another track, I think it would bleed over into the track that the piano was on. So I have to assume that in this quad mix, they removed that acoustic guitar completely and just fed the piano in as the musical piece as Ian was singing. And I like the piano. I thought the piano was really cool, especially when he hits a couple of those high notes on the piano. It just sounds so great. But the first time I heard this, it was like, wow, is that different? I mean, both Ian Anderson's voice and where's the acoustic guitar? The acoustic guitar is gone because that acoustic guitar on the stereo version is right up front. The piano is pushed way back. So right from the beginning here, totally different. Let's keep on going.
Who cares? Before I'm through, I'd like to say my prayers. I don't believe you. You got the whole damn thing all wrong. He's not the kind you have to wind up on Sundays. Well, you can excommunicate me on my way to Sunday school and have all the bishops harmonize these lines. How you dare tell me that I'm my father's son? Well, that was just an accident of birth. I'd rather look around me, compose a ballad song, 'cause that's the honest measure of my worth. In your pomp and all your glory, you're a poorer man than me. As you lick the boots, your death born out of fear.
Okay, then that bass guitar comes in, and it is right up front. Again, the bass guitar in the stereo is pushed a little bit back. This is right up front. You got that tambourine in there, which is kind of cool, and then that electric guitar comes in, and it's like they double or almost triple tracked that electric guitar. Again, as I said in my introduction, I'm not sure how the quadraphonic mix plays on a stereo when I played it off the Blu-ray. Does it like combine the tracks so that you get all the tracks, or are you only hearing 2 of the 4 tracks? Again, I don't know, but there's no real bleed over from those other tracks, and you would normally hear a bleed over. So I thought that was kind of wild. But again, just totally different arrangement of this song for the quad mix. And I hope you listen to the lyrics. I think the lyrics are great. He's not the kind of God you have to wind up on Sundays. I just think that is a great statement. He should be with you all the time. So here we go.
When I was young, they packed me off to school, taught me how not to play the game. Yeah, I didn't mind if they groomed me for success, or if they said that I was just
track too. Electric guitar solo, totally different than the stereo version. It's almost like they used a different take of this song for the quadraphonic mix. That they didn't take that stereo, the master for the stereo, and then break that into a quad. It's almost like they used a totally different take of the song, because even Ian Anderson's voice in that last section right before that guitar solo sounded so different than the stereo. Even how he sang it, how he enunciated the words, I gotta believe it's a totally different take, but it's still really cool. Let's keep on going.
Open all your glory. You're a poorer man than me. And you lick the boots of death born out of fear. When I was young, and they packed me off to school and taught me how not to play the game. I didn't mind if they groomed me for success, or if they said that I was just a fool. So to my old headmaster and to anyone who cares, before I'm through, I'd like to see my prayers. You can excommunicate me on my way to Sunday school and have all the bishops harmonize these lines. I don't believe you. You had the whole damn thing all wrong. He's not the kind you have to wind up on Sundays.
Very cool version. At the end there too, where they had the piano break, and then they stopped it, and then they did the real quiet vocal part. That was all acoustic guitar on the stereo version. The piano was in there, but it was the acoustic guitar way up front, piano way in the back. So it's like they removed the acoustic guitar from this, or like I said, I think this has to be almost a different take of the song that they used. They didn't have the original master to mix into quad, so they took what they had. And that's why the vocals are so different. The guitar solos are so different. It's piano all the way through, but a cool version of the song. It's kind of fun to hear kind of an alternate version of the song Wind Up. I love the song. I love the lyrics. I just think they show the hypocrites that talk about religion but don't practice it on a daily basis during the week. They just kind of put their shirt and tie and suit on a Sunday morning and go pray for an hour and then go off and do their own thing. So this is all about, hey, you got to keep God into your life all the time, not just on a Sunday morning. He's not the type you have to wind up on Sunday. Just cool song. And I just thought it'd be fun to look at the quadraphonic or listen to the quadraphonic mix of it, because it's just totally different. I mean, totally different than the stereo mix that you'd find on the stereo album. And like I said, when I had never heard the quadraphonic mix before. I didn't buy quadraphonic albums in the early 70s. I didn't have a quadraphonic player to play them on, so I didn't buy them. So when I heard this the first time, when I bought the 40th anniversary box set, it blew me away. And like I said, all the other tracks have minor differences on the mixes, but nothing as much as the song Wind Up. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed looking at the quadraphonic version of the song Wind Up and talking about that compared to the stereo mix, and then a little bit of the instrumentation, a little bit of the lyrics. It's just a great song. And Aqualung, one of mine, as I said, top 10 favorite albums of all time. So if you like this, hit that like button. That'd be really appreciated. If you have any comments about Jethro Tull, the song Wind Up, or the quad mix version of it, put in the comments below. That'd be really appreciated. Now I'm going to take a link to this video, which was very static. It was just a cover of the Aqualung album. But what I wanted to play was the song, and every version of the quad mix that I could find on YouTube just had the cover of the Aqualung album. So if you want to hear it again, go back down to my description where I'll have the link. Click on that link. It'll open up and play for you, and I won't be stopping it, so you get to hear the whole thing all the way through. I'm also going to take a link to the channel that uploaded this video. If you want to check out that channel, they may have some other really neat stuff out there. Click on that link. Their channel will open up in YouTube. Now, have you subscribed to Driving with Todd? If you haven't, why don't you do it right now? You have my video open here. Go below my video, hit that subscribe button, and you'd be making me right here, very, very happy. If you go over here, ring the bell, you'll get updates to my latest videos. Yeah, I've been wanting to do this song for quite a while, and it's like, today's the day. We're going to listen to Wind Up, the Quadraphonic mix, and I hope you enjoyed it. I know I enjoyed it, listening to it again, put a big smile on my face. I'm hoping to put a big smile on your face, and peace out, baby.